Hi, Tyrone. Against the world number one nation, how would you assess the night's performance?
Obviously one of disappointment. We came here to win the game, and we knew the importance of winning. But saying that, like you said, we have to be respectful of the opposition that we're playing against, and it was two moments that ultimately lost us the game. But yeah, of course, there can be positives within that. The performance is one that I think we can definitely look at and take parts out of that we're happy with. But of course, we leave here with an overriding feeling of disappointment.
Thanks, Sammy. Simon Beach, Press Association.
Hi, Tyrone. Is that you mentioned the costly goals? You guys dominated for a large period of the game. Does it feel like a case of what if? Because you did dominate proceedings for the second half.
Absolutely, yeah. I think we look at the goals and they're disappointing in the way that they went in. So it's important to not dwell on that too much. And of course, for our progression and process that we're going through at the moment, it's important to look at the overall performance. Absolutely, and there are a lot of good things in there. There are a lot of things that we can be proud of, but of course, we're disappointed with the scoreline. I know I've said that already because I'm sitting here now and we've lost the game, and it's hard for me to say, yeah, there's positives we can take from it, but there definitely will be. And obviously, I don't enjoy conceding goals. I don't enjoy losing. So it's hard to sit here now and say, yeah, there are positives, but I know there are. I know that the performance of the team for large periods of it were good, on the ball, off the ball. So for sure, we'll look at it and take positives, I guess, when the dust settles.
Thanks, Simon. Next, we'll go to John Murray from BBC 5 Live.
Hi, Tyrone. Can you hear me okay? Yeah, good. Just tell us about the conceding of the free kick for the second goal, and also what happened with the defending with the wall from the Mertens free kick.
Well, the decision for the free kick is probably questionable. I haven't seen it back, but I don't want to sit here and dwell on refereeing decisions too much. I think the defending of the wall, I think, it's a strange question. The ball went over. You could argue, should we or shouldn't we have jumped, or yeah, I guess on another day it hits us and doesn't go in. But it was, like I said, a game of fine margins, and unfortunately we came out on the wrong side of that.
Thanks, John. We've got time for two more questions. An interruption with the phone there. We've got time for two more questions for Tyrone, starting with Faye Carruthers from TalkSport.
Hi, Tyrone. Sorry, just want to follow up on John's question. I know it sounds like quite a strange question, but I think there was quite a bit of debate about whether or not it was something that you'd practiced in training with two of the four in the wall jumping and two not, or whether you'd planned it that way.
Not necessarily. I mean, I think our setup was good. I think we didn't necessarily say two of you jump and two don't. I think it was a good free kick, and we probably looked at a lot of clips of what they may or may not do, and unfortunately he steps up and puts it just over us. So, I mean, it's a good free kick.
Thank you.
I think we're finished with Tyrone now, so we'll turn to questions for Gareth Southgate, starting with John Murray from BBC 5 Live. Tyrone.
Hi, Gareth.
Hi, John.
Hi, Gareth. Yeah, how do you judge that result versus performance?
Yeah, of course. We're always disappointed to lose, and to lose tonight puts us out of this competition. So But I've got to balance that because I have to focus on performances. If you get performances right, then you will normally win matches. Some days that won't happen for you. I think today we were better than we were at Wembley. We created more opportunities. We had more of the ball. I think 2 moments in the game, a deflection for the first goal, and the second goal I don't think is a free kick. So in that regard, they were the turning points. After that, they had a couple of counter attacks that is inevitable when you're pushing as we were. But I'm so impressed with the performance of the players. We've learned a lot about a lot of players, not only their ability but their mentality. There were several players who, it's very early stages in their international careers, who were excellent. Jack is the obvious one. His performance was outstanding. But I also thought Bukayo as well, coming into a game like that as a very young player against an experienced player like Mounier, had an excellent game on the left when he came into it. Tyrone as well, that's a level up from the games he's been in with us before. But also some other experienced players who played very well. So I take a lot of positives from it, although, of course, we don't want to lose football matches.
And what was it that you felt that you lacked, which meant that you weren't able to find a way through in the second half?
Well, I've got to give them a lot of credit. They're a top team who defended very well. They defended their box well. A couple of times we didn't quite find the final pass, or there were a couple of opportunities I thought we might have got shots away that we didn't. But in a top-level game, we had a fair proportion of the chances on goal. You're not going to get loads in a high-level game like that. I think we had more than we had at Wembley, and I think our attacking performance was better than it was at Wembley.
Thanks, Gareth.
Okay. Thanks, John. Faye Carruthers, TalkSport.
Hi, Gareth.
Hi, Faye.
You were the better team in lots of that game. You posed a real threat, lots of shots on target, but no clinical cutting edge. How disappointing are you from that point of view?
Well, I think that will come with the players that we've got. There was obviously an incredible clearance. I think it was Lukaku off the line just after they scored. And, some moments and opportunities that might have dropped differently for us, or they got good blocks on, and they don't concede many goals, so you have to really earn your opportunities. I can only praise the players that were here tonight. I mean, it's obvious throughout the autumn we've been missing so many players in every camp, but I'm focused on the players that were here, because the players that were here gave absolutely everything, and there were some excellent individual performances. We've had 11 debuts, I think, across the autumn, and a lot of players who've forced their way into our thinking for a squad, and a lot of players who are forcing our thinking into the team.
You're really pleased with the performance, clearly. Do you think that from that performance, bearing in mind you've got some big players to come back as well, that you can really push on in the Euros and compete against the big teams?
Well, I think we've shown that we can compete, and I think we've seen that there isn't much between ourselves and Belgium. I think there are some other outstanding teams around Europe. France have obviously qualified last night against Portugal, who are another top side. It's so competitive. 4 European teams made the last 4 of the World Cup. 3 different ones qualified for the last 4 of the last Nations League. Looks like 3 different ones again will qualify for this Nations League. That sums up how competitive Europe is. We're a team who I believe have improved across the autumn, having had 10 months without playing. September was a mess because players just weren't fit. But since then, we've learned so much. And as I said, I'm really pleased with some of the individual progress, the progress as a team. The last 2 matches in this competition to this point I don't think we've got what we deserved from. But they're the fine margins of knockout football.
Thanks very much, Gareth.
Thanks,
Okay.
Faye. Simon Peach, Press Association.
Hi, Gareth. Two questions. First of all, how are you going to approach the Iceland match now with it? I guess it is a dead rubber. I don't know if there's anything else to play for in terms of placings and stuff. And secondly, I feel like I have to ask about the reports about a coronavirus positive test last month.
So in terms of Iceland, still a game that is opportunities for people to cement a place in the team or in the squad. Again, we'll find out a lot now, because for sure there'll be a lot of pressure from some clubs on their own players. That's what we live with consistently. But we've got players that want to play for England, and we have pride in the way we play, and we want to finish the game well. Our performance tonight was excellent, and the players pushed till the 93rd minute, and I couldn't have been prouder of them doing that. So we have players that want the opportunity to play. We'll need to freshen the team a little bit, but we'll have to assess that over the next couple of days.
And sorry, just in terms of the reports regarding your health last month.
Yes, look, I did have the virus. So I was fortunate, not as serious as so many people in our country, but not pleasant, not something you choose to have. But everything's fine now.
Thank you.
Thanks, Simon. Okay, Roberto is waiting to come in, so we've got time for a quick couple more, starting with Paul Joyce from The Times.
Again, just a quick one. Was Jordan Henderson just taken off tackling, or is he injured? And is there an update on Raheem as well?
Yes, so Jordan had a bit of tightness at half-time and felt he couldn't carry on. Raheem missed training on Friday. Small problem with the calf. Tried yesterday, wasn't happy with it. And so, he won't be ready for Wednesday, but I would imagine he'll be available by the weekend.
Is Jordan tightness in the hamstring, or?
It's probably medically, I would have to leave that for now, but we'll just have to assess him when we get back.
Okay, thanks, Paul. And we'll finish with John Cross from the Daily Mirror.
Oh, hi, Gareth. I just can ask you just one more about Jack Grealish, really. I mean, just how pleased are you with the way that he's risen to the challenge and really grasped that opportunity?
Yeah, I think, firstly, as a person, since he's come into the camp, he's impressed us with his approach. He's been curious to find out how, what we're looking for from him. He's taken that on board with his performances and in training. And he transferred his club performances into international football tonight against a top-level opponent. So we couldn't have been happier with what he did. He should be really proud of his performance. And as I say, I think he really stood up in against the as tough opposition as you're going to face.
And just finally, I think Sammy is looking for some clarification on Ben Chilwell. Is that right, Sammy?
Yes, please, Gareth. If there's any word on Ben Chilwell's fitness, if possible.
Yeah, he had some sort of issue with his back that he was complaining about and didn't feel he could carry on. Outside of that, I can't give you any detail at the moment.
Okay, thanks everybody.